Alright. Okay, so I was down there by the tent and the camper and all that fun stuff. Now you can see we've got some rows over here. This row has one end has sunflowers, the other has patty pan squash. And what's going on here is we have some chicks in that chicken tractor and we're pulling them down this. It needs to be mowed a little bit, but that's what we're doing, pulling them in between the blueberry rows, just kind of fertilize them, and then I'll let those sit and I'll do some annual crops in the walkways where the chicken tractor is ran until the blueberries grow up and won't allow me to. So that'll be fun. This row has I just put a bunch of squash and zucchini seeds directly in the ground. I said, why not? Let's do it. So that's fine. This row right here is arugula. These two rows are arugula coming to a farmer's market restaurant table near you. And some more radish, because radish are fun. And we have 100 foot of baby kale that's getting there. It's doing its thing a little bit. On the other end of the radish row, down there, that is a lettuce mix. And this row that the sprinklers are sitting on right now, we are going to clean up that edge and then probably plant this bed, since I don't have the high tunnel covered yet. Because once I do plastic on this high tunnel, water will probably take most of this bed out, so I'll have to dig a little trench and a little ditch, a little drainage thing, a little system. It'll be fun. Probably gonna video that too. But for now, during the summer, we'll just plant this bed as if it's regular. It's just eventually it'll be a walkway to get from front to back. And these beds, I toss some lime down if you see a little bit of white here and there, because we'll be doing probably some more peppers, tomatoes. I'm not quite sure exactly. I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of peppers that can go here, or I have a bunch of tomatoes that can go here later. So also I'll just I gotta till all these rows. These rows don't match up with those, so we're gonna till them up so they'll all match up. The walkways and the rows, or the walkways and the beds will all match up. But this is about to be tilled with the BCS tiller, and then we're gonna form the rows, and then we won't have to really mess with them other than just kind of running stirrup hose and BCS on it. Right here we have radishes and red Russian kale. These are the radishes, red Russian kale coming up. We also have, I think these are both arugula. So, arugula, and then down here on these we just put some, this is how we trellis. It is as simple as that. Fence wire running across the top of these T-posts. These are 10-foot T-posts. So we have tomatoes down here. And so Caleb and I ran out of drip on this system, on these beds, so I had to put a sprinkler over here. And I just decided to put sprinklers on each of the chunks of beds since I have some. I found some sprinklers I didn't know I had. I was like, ooh, a brand new sprinkler, even though it's one of the cheap ones I found. And I was like, ha, I'll use you until you break. So we've got, the way we trellis is this string, this baling twine Caleb will tie up at the fence wire. And then we use a metal staple, a landscape staple, to hold it in, and then we'll dance the tomatoes all the way up. So it'll dance them up. So there'll just be one vine wrapped around this, just like that, going all the way up, going all the way up. And when they get to the top, sometimes I bring them over. And if there's a row like these rows, 2 rows are connected, I'll bring them over and bring them back down. Kind of make an arch. So, getting the drip system worked out. It's I've had this drip. I got it from Berry Hill Irrigation, one of their 20-row garden kits, and then I bought a bunch of other stuff over the past 2 or 3 years to go with it. And I've got most of this chunk, all these beds out there, and drip. Also, I put some sprinklers out there just because I like to use sprinklers and drip to get everything established, especially direct seeds or even transplants. Let's see, but yeah, that drip is, I forgot how fun sometimes it can be when you got lines that just have been used and used and used. These drip tape, eventually you'll get holes in it, but I'll use sometimes just tape it, and then other times I actually use the little connector piece to start. I had to start piecing stuff together to make all this work, but it's working. It's keeping things wet. This row is just going to be a bunch of, I'm going to do a bunch of wildflowers probably on this this ditch bank here. It'll just be wildflowers. I've got a bunch of perennial sunflowers I've planted. Can't really see them, they're all tiny right now. But in the years to come, it'll be nice and pretty. A nice ditch bank, nice pretty ditch bank that I won't have to mow. So we got, right here I have radishes in between these blueberry rows. This is what I was talking about over there, where the grass is all grown up, and I got the chickens over there in those blueberry rows. I'll do the same thing. I'll plant, you know, a 30-inch bed in between my walkways, or my blueberry pathways, until these blueberries grow up and won't let me do it. So that's the way I'm going to use all my space. So that's arugula, radish, wildflowers on the outside. Right here is just a big chunk of beans. I planted some dragon tongue beans. And then over here we got some cucumbers that looked a lot better the other day, but they're struggling. But I have some backups to replace them. This whole section, I just said, let's see if I can get the cucumbers to run all over the ground, and just kind of, I've had more success usually letting the cucumbers run on the ground and then trellising. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, I can't really say I've had more success, but I don't know. It's nice since I have this space right here that was just old wood pile, compost pile, branches and stuff. I cleared it out and I said, let's till it and put some not blueberries, some cucumbers, and there's blueberries here, apples, blackberries, the bees. Yeah, they look happy today. I'm gonna get away from them. Hey, bees. Apple trees are doing stuff all aptly. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I pruned the snot out of these in the winter time because I was trying to bring them down to my height. I'm only 6 foot, so I'm trying to keep things at that height. And we have a peach tree. It has peaches on it, but I always get that mess on there. You can see it. It's like gooey junk coming out of the peaches. I'm not sure. I think it's a worm or ants or both. I have to look into that more. I didn't prune this one, this peach. Kind of just left it. So, and then on this end of the garden is still the arugulas and kales and lettuces. We have some blackberries here, some more blackberries, and some figs planted over in here, and then blueberries, and then baby chicks. But these are our patty pan squash, and a couple patty pans here on the end, and the rest is going to be yellow and green squash or zucchini. And what we have going on in the tunnel is lettuce mix, head lettuce that I love planting it like kind of close, and then using the greens harvester because it regrows, and you just keep cutting it just like you would this row was direct seeded, this row was transplants. And then we have some baby kale looking okay, not great, but okay. And just put in some more. I flipped these beds yesterday and put tomatoes and direct seeded carrots. And then on this row are 2 rows of carrots, and they will be ready a couple weeks or so. I would say 3 weeks. We'll start. And we got some potatoes with a nice row of grass. And some older arugula going to flower. But these are purple potatoes. Probably saw the purple potato video. So there they are, they're growing. And these 2 beds, I'm gonna flame weed because I have a couple things popping up. We'll flame weed, and after I flame weed, I'll probably just do these 2 rows with arugula, because arugula's popular these days. It's one of my favorite things to grow. And yeah, these apple trees look a lot healthier. A lot healthier. That one is still bushy. I tried to clean that one up. It was super tall, and it's still monster. But yep, here's the garden. There you go. Little garden update, if you will. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I need to mow some grass, but you know, it's that all natural look. Oh yeah, and these figs that I dug up. So I dug up fig plants, or fig, like the shoots off of a big ginormous fig tree, just like I did with all the blueberries. And this fig has rooted fast, very, very fast. Figs are, I'm learning they root pretty easy. So here's a little side view. Hopefully by the fall we'll have the high tunnel covered with greenhouse plastic and have the roll-up sides and have some roll-up doors on the end, and the walls on the end will be built hopefully. And then maybe I can work on this little nursery greenhouse right here, so I can do more microgreens, maybe more citrus trees. That's hard for me to say. We got a lot of mint. In these beds, I let these go to flower. I'm gonna save the seeds to those. It's like some mustards and some lettuces and kales and bok choy and stuff. I'm gonna try to save the seeds. Never done that, so we're gonna try. Oh, we got some citrus. I had over the winter, I don't remember how cilantro got in this pot, but it is now a huge plant, and it's going, I think that's coriander with the seed. So we got some eggplants, we got some more plants, we got a little bit of bug action on them. Let's take some neem oil to them. Down here we have some lettuces and bok choy. Lettuces and bok choy. Same thing, lettuces and bok choy. And then some microgreens, the pea shoots, the sunflower shoots, more pea shoots, more pea shoots. We even got a Cuban oregano hiding in the corner. Let's see, citrus trees are doing okay. I need to give them a little loving. You know, they're doing kind of good, kind of okay. I don't take great care of them. I'm trying. I feed them. They need this whole greenhouse though. I wish I could spread them out. But eventually there'll be a doorway here going to that little nursery greenhouse, so I can put all my starts and transplants in there, and these tall, ginormous citrus trees can grow all the way to the top and get those guys nice and big and healthy. And I'm just learning, but some of these key limes, this one, and that one, all started off of this key lime tree from, you see how there's little key limes that fall in the bottom. I leave them there and eventually they'll sprout. Sometimes I take fruit and just toss them in the bottom, like you see right there. I've got a I've got one sitting right there. It'll eventually rot away and then sprout, and then I dig those up and plant them. So yeah, I have these two. This one hanging right here, I don't know what that citrus tree is. I started from seed and I can't remember. It was like 4 years ago. And if you've gardened, you know it's hard to, sometimes yeah. These were at a different place. These were started in a closet of an apartment that I lived in. Now they're out here on the farm. So kind of cool. I haven't flowered yet, but their leaves smell great. But everything else is flowering. I got 2 different lemon trees next to each other, and then like, this one's a mandarin in the red, and this is the original key lime tree. And then now I've got 1, 2, 3 key limes. And I can't wait to see what these big ones are. I have no idea. They haven't flowered yet or produced any fruit, so we're gonna see what happens. Maybe one day. It takes a while from seed. I think it's like 5 to 7, something like that. So in the next few years, I'll figure out what kind of citrus tree I have in here. I can't remember. It's pretty cool. And then we'll try to replicate those different ways, propagate them somehow, figure it out. And out here is where I try to harden off some plants. Yep, those are rough. And yep, and this is my little workstation. And then these are all plants that are going to the leased property, all these peppers. And then we have some cucumbers and squashes and different things like that. Some of these cucumbers might go here, depending on what room and space I have. And yeah, we got some avocado trees. They're not happy. I pulled them out of the greenhouse. I gotta put them back in the greenhouse. They're not happy with me out here. It's my fault. I kind of forgot about these avocado trees. I started them from seed and they need to be potted up and taken care of. But this is kind of my extra stuff. I've got some blueberries. And then the nasturtium flowers, a friend, Titus, gave me those. Good folks. And then I dug up 1, 2, 3, I think those are Picasso lilies that I'm hoping I'll plant those over in my flower garden, which I'll show you. And hopefully I'll plant nasturtiums, some of these more lilies, and then the fig. This fig right here is going to go over here too. So I got a little flower plot that I am working on.